Alrighty, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. We've actually got Darkfall's Elder doing his thing right now, so why don't we go ahead and hop into one of those real quick. And take on the Raging Dark Arm. Looks like we're coming in at just the right time for this. There's only a few minutes left of this, it looks like. So by the time we're done with this round, we'll then be able to move on to the second phase. So some of you may remember last time I picked up this Liberate Sword. Really loving it. It's still has a lot of potential to add on to it in terms of abilities, but this is fine for now until we get the next boost week for the for putting abilities on. Once again, as some of you may remember, I am a Hunter Itoil combination class, and so because of that, one of the things I like to be able to do is use this attack over and over, this Photon Arc, because the more I use it in succession like this, the more it's going to get reduced in terms of how many photon points it costs. Now, with the use of the Liberate Sword, I no longer get the refill I used to. So once I reach the end of my photon point bar, that's basically it. My plan is to add on a special ability which will allow me to generate 40 photon points every 10 seconds while facing a boss, and that will essentially take care of that problem. But once again, I need to wait for the next boost week for that to happen. We're probably looking at that happening sometime in February or early March, based on the timing of everything. From what we're seeing from the web panel rewards so far. Let me turn the audio down just a little bit more here. That should be a little better now. Yep, there's the notification for Phase 2. We'll hop into that once we are done with this. Let's go for an Imperial Cleave, and that finishes off the hands. Alright, let's get into the second phase of this fight now. Utterly profound. And if anybody wants to join me after this, just let me know in chat, and we'll get you into a party here. Looks like it's going to take a few seconds, so while we're waiting, I'm just going to organize a few things here. Still looking for 4 more players, it looks like. We'll probably have another group pop in as another group of hands gets taken down. Alrighty, here we go. That's a shock to his system. Timing on my parry seems to be off a little bit tonight. Then again, I really didn't have much of a chance to warm up here. To answer your question there, Drake, I've been playing this game since the alpha days of this game with the Japanese server. So I am very experienced in playing it, I guess. I do meet the qualification of what's also called expert in this game, which requires that you complete certain missions within a time limit. Do you know if you're looking to play the North American version, or are you going to try the Japanese version? Which is what this is right now. It is in English, but this is using a fan translation patch, so just be aware of that if that's what you're going to do. To get started, what you'd want to do is you'd want to go to arcs-layer.com, and they would be able to walk you through the whole process of actually getting the game set up. Mostly, at least to the degree that I can tell. There's some stuff that's still in Japanese, but it's nothing critical that you can't enjoy the game. North American release is supposed to be spring of this year. They've been hyping up a closed beta test for the Xbox One, which supposedly is going to be happening fairly soon, but we don't have a concrete date on that yet. If you have an Xbox One, that might be a better entry point for you, since you won't be, since you'll kind of be at a level playing field with a lot of the other North American players. Only on PC. Okay, then yeah, you're probably going to want to start out on this version then, and then when the PC version of the North American version comes out, you could also transfer your knowledge over that way. Xbox version is coming out first, and then the PC version. The other thing I will note is that since it is a fan translation, it can sometimes take a little time for things to be translated. Story patches, in particular, will take some time. I found, but that's just because that's how it is usually. Yeah, I was surprised by that decision as well. It's not the end of the world. My understanding is that it's going to be like, they're both coming out in spring. So it's like, at most you're waiting like 2 months for the PC version to come out, but those on the Xbox would definitely have a head start on you. I'm probably going to be playing both versions, to be honest. I've been with this game, like I said, since the alpha days, that it doesn't make sense for me to leave it completely, but I do also want to start a community over on the North American side, especially since I know that I have a lot of viewers, not just only here on Twitch, but also on YouTube, where the primary majority of the content that I produce is. Not sure I understand what the question you're asking there, sorry. Can you maybe rephrase it? The large majority of the players on this version are going to be speaking Japanese. Granted, they don't typically speak out in the open. What you can do, though, is you can go to ship number 2, which is where the large majority of English players are, and kind of try to locate English players from there. That would be your best bet for finding English players. And which of the Phantasy Star games did you start playing first? It's more, I'm sort of like you. I've been playing the Phantasy Star series for a very long time, and that's why I'm curious which one you started with. For example, did you start with back in the classic Algol series, or oh, you first played the first online until that closed down? Okay. And did you happen to play any of Phantasy Star Universe at all, or was that the last one you played? Okay, cool. Yeah, So, I've been playing since the Algol series as well. So, I'm kind of a lore nut in that way. I kind of have the big picture of the series, as it were. A lot of what's playing out right now actually seems to be sort of a prequel to the Algol game, so it's not confirmed, but the next few chapters of the story are going to be really interesting if that's what's going on. Let's see here. But yeah, getting started out, you definitely want to check out Ark's Lair. That's where you can get the translation patch as well as the installer, which will help you get set up. And then you just need to get an account created, and then you're good to go. All right, let's grab that. What I would say is it's more action-oriented than the original Phantasy Star Online was. It's not more difficult. It's more... Think of it this way. Back in Phantasy Star Online, you were just simply on the ground constantly, and you had to learn how to deal with enemies in that context. Here, it's not just only that you're on the ground, you're also leaping up into the air and doing air juggles and things like that. So that it's more action-oriented, it's more vertical than the original Phantasy Star was. And the end game is actually not really battle-oriented, but more fashion-oriented, as you can see here. Yeah, costumes and things like that, that's more the true end game of this game, as you can see here. But there is some harder content as well. My character is kind of interesting, because, or rather, the way that I look right now, it's actually interesting. I'm not sure if it's the translation team that did this, or if this is what it's actually called. But if I go under armor, the parts that I'm wearing are called the Brightstar Type 0 body. And if you look down here, my name is Brightstar. So, I don't know. Although I'm using a different head than what comes in the set. Do I even have that? Let me see. If I go under fashion editing, head parts... I don't think I actually ever picked that up, and I think it was because I just didn't like the way it worked. Or rather, the way it looked. Yeah, I'm confused as much as you are. At how that happened. I mean, I do have the longest running, Let's Play series, on YouTube for this game, so that might be part of the reason. Maybe Sega found out about me or something. Let's see, there's not that much that we can really do with gems today. Alright, and let's check out the daily orders as well. I'll go ahead and drop one of those in. Oh, I should have picked that up before. Alright, Skyscape Exploration, that's fine. Grab that. Dragon X, okay. I think we got enough of these stored up that I'm not going to need to worry about getting more of the dailies. And the rest of these really aren't worth the Meseta to run them. Okay. Alright, so, like I said, this is an open party if anybody wants to join me on any of these missions here. Drake, to answer your question, I do have some, on my friends list here, but some of them obviously haven't logged in a long time. A lot of the, players on this list, though, are viewers at the same time, so make of that what you will. Alright, so... was there anything else? I don't think so. Let's see, Annalise, what is the featured quest for today? The Menacing Castle. Okay, so that means that... yeah, we'll be able to get quick 2020 badges today. If you're hopping in, I would recommend that you hop in quickly here, just because there is an event going on right now, whereby the new 2020 exchange badges have become available. And if you hand in enough of those, you get basically the strongest weapons in the game right now, which are these Novell weapons here. And when you combine enough of them together, you can then get one of these Liberate keys here. Liberate Unlocker. And that then allows you to get the most powerful weapons in the game then. Sure, I'd be more than happy to. Are you signed in, or do you still need to download the game at this point? Alright, let me send you then to the Arc's Lair site, since that's basically got to be the first stop for you here, so you can at least get the game set up. Let's see here, Arc's Lair. There's the URL for their site. Now, what I will say is that the game is around, I want to say 70 gigabytes currently, so it's going to take you a while to actually get it downloaded. But once you do have it downloaded and you get an account created, then at that point I'll be more than happy to help you out. I just don't know if you're going to. I just don't know if you're going to be done with the download before the stream is over for me to help you here. What I would say is, if I do happen to go offline before you're done, there is also a Discord that the Arc Slayer team runs, which will also be able to help you out. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow or not. That's going to depend on a couple of things here around where I am currently. But if I am, I'll help you out. Let's see here. All right. So one of the things I need to accomplish today is I do need to get some more 2020 badges, but before that, I do want to clear up this week's client orders. So, looks like the first of those will actually take us into the Sanctum. So let's get that started. If anything, I guess what I can say is this will at least give you a look at what some of the combat looks like here. Yeah, it is, and there's 12 classes in the game, so this is just one of the ways to play the game currently. I play what is a Hunter main class, as well as an Etoile subclass, and what that combination does is it basically works in such a way that I don't have to ever worry about healing myself, because I use a combination of what's called Damage Balancer, which reduces the incoming damage by about 75%, and then Automate, which kicks basically automatically uses a mate item when I drop below half health. And so, essentially, my health pool is as large as the number of mates I have remaining. It's not the most powerful combination, but it's sort of a quality of life combo that I like. If you're looking for something more powerful, then you're probably going to be looking at either one of the advanced classes, or even the regular classes are kind of good in their own way. But you kind of really need to know how the meta for that class works, and there are guides online that will be able to help you out with that. Yeah, exactly. It's a high survivability class combination. But what I would also say is that there's no such thing as a tank in this game. This game does not follow the typical MMO meta of DPS, tank, and healer. Instead, everybody is a DPS, and it's just down to you what your numbers are, essentially. But what I find, because of the combination, is essentially it allows me to play with sort of a reckless abandon kind of play style, not really even worrying about my own personal health. That's the case with the area I'm in right now, but this is content from way back in episode 1, from like 6 years ago, so I'm not surprised by that. They never upgraded it for the extra hard or ultra hard modes. But the reason I'm here is because I do have what are called client orders, which help you to gain Meseta and experience in this game. So even though it's older content, you still want to run it if you have a client order for it, so that you can level up as well as get Meseta, which is your money in this game. It's not a ton, but it definitely keeps you going. And the other thing I would mention is, as of right now, level cap in this game is only level 90 compared to PSO, which was 200. Unless you only played version 1, at which point it was only level 100. But they tend to increase the level gap or level cap every 6 months or so. That's the expectation, but Sega might surprise us. Or are you talking about in terms of me playing? Yeah, and that's sort of how they always handled it, at least since Phantasy Star Universe, whereby the North American servers unfortunately had a lower priority on the content. Initially that was just due to translation delays, but towards the end it just was not getting any upgrades to the point where by the time it went down, the servers were a year out of date. Yep, I agree, and there are various laws that prevent them from having English and Japanese players on the same servers as well. Now, one thing that you might be noticing here is this targeting ring that comes up around me whenever I swing. That is actually the same timing ring which was in PSO, so if you remember how it used to be a 1-2-3 system, the same thing exists here, in terms of doing what are called just attacks, but it doesn't stop at point 3 in the combo. You can just keep doing it over and over, as long as you get the timing. Alright, looks like the exit to the area is up here. Yeah, what I'd say is also the gameplay is going to start out a lot slower than this, than what it looks like currently. So enemies won't be coming directly at you, instead they'll just be they'll just kind of be doing their own thing, and you'll need to go after them initially. And then there's this. Yeah, story reasons for that happening. I wouldn't say it takes forever to get geared, but your first priority is going to be leveling up to max level first. And then once you get that done, then you'll kind of focus on figuring out your end game gear. If you do hop in right now, though, you do want to go after those 2020 badges, because, like I said a moment ago, you'll be able to pick up what your max level gear is, essentially. But in order to even use your max level gear, there are very stringent requirements. So, like for this Liberate Sword, you would need 900 S attack. The only way that you can get that is if you're max level on both your main class and your subclass, and you also need to have an appropriate level mag as well to finish up your stats. And I would highly recommend putting 200 points into whatever mag you get for striking, ranged, or technique. Ignore dexterity, ignore the defenses. Alright, so up next, let's see what we got. We got a Biolmaduna. Got a lot of suppression to take care of, actually. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do Biolmaduna, which is going to take us to the seabed area. Alright, have a great one there, Just Fans of, and thank you for sticking around with the stream so long. Now, for this one, I didn't see an actual target that we needed to complete the area, so we can just actually head straight to the boss. Yeah, that's another nice thing about this version, is the fact that you're not limited to, doing room after room after room as you did back in Phantasy Star Online. You can kind of go wherever you want to without worry. Here's the exit. Like I said, I have years and years of practice with this game. And down they go. Again, there's a level difference in that. This, once again, was only a super hard area, which is 2 difficulties back. Alright, up next... Gronzeron. Alright, let's do the little aberration subjugation. That's actually going to take us to a more difficult area. That's going to take us to Ultimate Quest Corruption Survey Lillipah. And while we're here, let's go ahead and grab some meat shields. Yeah, so that's an example of something that's not translated. But them not saying what their lines are doesn't prevent you from enjoying the game. Oh, that's a boss. Yeah, that's another thing about this version, is bosses can just pop in on you at random, even out in the main field. Yeah, so as you're seeing here, every time my health goes below half health, it is automatically refilling because of that automate. Oh, he called in its partner.
Change over. Code. Q.
Alright, that takes care of one of them. Alright, down goes the second one. Of course, we also did take out some other mechs along the way here, so once we finish off this group, we'll take a look at how much progress we made. Alright, so we're about halfway done. Pop a Photon Blast. And that's it. Let's get out of here. Yeah, that's another thing about this game. You don't technically need to complete missions if you already complete your objectives. Alright, so... we need to take out a Garanzaron, and we need to do Skyscape Exploration. Let's go ahead and knock those out. Actually, that's not going to take me to the right place. Here we go. Once again, we're just looking for the end target here.
Code. Attack. Completed.
I remember seeing something about Dagon suppression, I think, so let me look at that real quick. Hello! Oh, did I just get 630'd? I might have. Yeah, that's looking like a disconnect. Alright, stand by everybody, I gotta sign back in here. Oh wow, did the servers go down? Okay, now it's coming up. Okay. Had me scared for a second there. It was like the servers weren't responding. Alright, let's start that back up again. We'll go ahead and do the Skyscape this time instead. And then we'll get the Garanzaron after. That was a really weird disconnect to see nothing even coming through to on the ship status. One tip I will give you is that you typically do want to run with NPCs when you can, just because by running with NPCs over and over and completing missions, you'll gain what are called titles.
Attack.
And titles help you to unlock various things in the game, including some of the end gear stuff.
Completed.
Granted, you're going to be working with sort of the earlier stuff. Even myself, I don't have all the titles in the game. And that was kind of a choice I made to not spend that much time on it.
Attack.
But it's never really held me back that much.
Emergency. Code.
Alright, exit to this area appears to be up here. One other tip I'll give you is right now the meta in the game has changed a bit to the point where it's sort of starting to emphasize carrying multiple weapons of the same type, but having them be able to handle different element types, specifically between light and dark elements. It used to be you could get by just having only light, but with the current meta in the game related to the endgame content, you also want to carry around a dark weapon as well as a light weapon. And so the weapon I'm using right now here, this used to be my most powerful weapon up until I got this sword last week. And basically, it's really simple to change the element on a weapon. You can get them off the player shops for around 2 million Meseta each, and you just go to the grinder and attach the element change as you're grinding the weapon up again, and that will let you change the element that's on it. And it kind of gives you a 60% increase in the damage that's coming off the weapon. Now, that's not total damage, that's just the damage that the weapon is doing. You still got your own stats that contribute to that as well. Yeah, not much to say about that boss. Once again, super hard is the hardest mode available for this area. Alright, anything else? Dagacha and Cyclonida, that I could get from the ruins area.
Emergency code attack. Completed.
Alright, I'm not really seeing the type we need over... Oh, wait, here's some Dagacha. But this is also kind of a short area. Doesn't really give us much room to work with. Let's try the second area. Yeah, this looks more like what I'm looking for. And there's a Cyclonida over there. So we need 5 of those. The ones with basically the wrecking ball attached to their hands. Rappy, what are you doing here? Alright, how we doing here? Need 2 more Dagacha and 4 more of the Cyclonida. There's the Dagacha. Not really having any luck on those Cyclonida. I mean, we got one earlier, but still, that's not really enough to clear the client order. Let's try down here.
Emergency. Code. Distraction.
Not seeing any down there either. That's a shame. Alright, we know that at least the exit to the area is going to be down there. Because of the indicator on the map. And it doesn't look like anything popped up over here, so... Oh, wait. But again, nothing of what we're actually looking for here. Alright, let's head for the end area, take out the Zeshrada, and get out of here then. Oh, there's one, finally. And a second. I guess I'm just having bad luck with them spawning. Can I get one more? Trying to hide from me, huh? Looking for a Cyclonida, not a Cuckolonida.
Protection.
I'll grab you in a moment, pal. Oh, actually, you're right here. Yeah, the problem is you're not really summoning the thing I'm looking for. The rate this is taking, I might as well just queue in for a time attack.
Emergency. Code. Distraction. Completed. Completed.
Then again, this has always been a problem with these guys. The Cyclonida and Kukulonida have always been sort of semi-rare. So, I'm not really that surprised by it. I guess, if anything, a little annoyed. There we go. Okay, let's get out of here. So you're gonna get to meet the Zeshrada. Yeah, he's basically Gamera.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Alright, let's head back out to the lobby. Alright, let's start handing in some of these client orders here. Alright, let's collect on these Arc's missions. There we go. And let's see, client order. We do need to run an ultimate quest here and actually finish it, so let's go ahead and run ultimate quest area survey.
しくね。
This is always a fun one. It's a one-on-one fight against an end boss.
Emergency code due.
Bringing out the clones, huh? Well, down they go. There we go.
Completed.
Let's break this open. And I'm not singing too much here. Oh, actually, what was that? Oh, that was on the weapon. I'm looking for units that have at least 5 abilities on them. That's what that number in the corner of each of them is. Alright, I'm gonna update the stream title here. Okay. Let's get out of here. I just wanted to make sure that I was indicating that, you know, people can come into the stream and ask if any questions that they have about the game, just because, you know, the game is going to be coming out fairly soon. I know there are a lot of questions about the game, and, you know, myself being an alpha player, I want to make sure that people are able to, you know, get the right knowledge of what's actually going on. Just like I was helping you out here earlier, Drake. Let's see, nothing there. Alright, Vulture, Famut, Skull Buffalo, that'll take us over to Vegas, but those are also kind of rare to drop. We really need 1,500 more this week, actually, so... Mech Subjugation and Yasildor. What do we have here? That's a Missile Gassad bow, so that's not actually the one that I need. Alright, so Mech Subjugation then, let's start with that. We'll head into the subterranean tunnels. Just need like another 13 or so of these, and then we'll be done with this one. And I think that's going to happen pretty quickly here. There we go. Alright, what's next? Spar Gun. Okay, so that's gonna be in this area, but we have to find them. Similar to... Oh, hey, Tramizer, what are you doing here? Oh, you're gonna say that sooner.
Failed.
Alright, where are the Spar Guns? Actually, considering the trouble I had last time, we might be better off getting that through the time attack instead. If there's ever a specific enemy that you're trying to take down, always keep in mind that the time attacks do exist, and that the enemies in those are always a set type of enemy, and the mission is always a set map and everything. So, if you know that the enemy exists in the map, and you're looking for it, you can always find it. Yeah, like right here. There's like 2 or 3 of them here. Tappa 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 on the keyboard. And there we go, that takes care of the Spar Gun. I'm not going to finish the mission up since that is actually a fairly long one to complete as a solo player. Okay. Just hand these in. And then the last one, or rather the last area we'll go to... Yeah, let's make our way over to Vegas. Actually, we'll do this as a writing quest. Writing quest? No, that's gonna have all that stuff in the middle. That's not gonna actually do much for us. Oops, that's not the right mode. At least for this one, this does actually have an extra hard mode. Free Field, Las Vegas. Alright, so for this mission, we've got what are called Rideroids, and basically you take them over to where your destination is. Alright, there's some vultures. One of the targets I'm looking for. Alright, next target is over there. There's some of those skull buffaloes we're looking for.
Emergency code change.
Alright, we're headed after some UFOs here. Looks like I'm not the only one in here, actually. Kind of surprised by that.
Emergency code unite.
Annette and Jenna. These are characters from Phantasy Star Online 2S. Which is a companion game to this one for mobile devices.
Completed.
No word on if that's going to be available or not come when PSO2 releases in the West. We got a Devil's Trailer boss here.
Emergency code.
As well as one of those Freddy Fazbear rejects.
Completed.
Nope, I've been grabbed. Ah, more targets are popping up.
Emergency code. Unite.
Alright, where are we going next? To the south.
Completed.
And the way that this quest works is it's based on points. So as you take out enemies, you collect more and more points, and once you hit 700, then you're done with this quest. But you can, of course, run it over and over and over if you wanted to. Alright, we got some sort of a boost going on right now.
Emergency code. Quick.
Alright, last targets are going to be up in the corner of the map here. Right over here. That's one. And then the other is another UFO. There we go. Alright, how'd we do on that? So we did get the Vulture Famut done. So that's good. And I think that's actually going to do it for the suppression ones that I'm looking at here. Just because I'm still going to be doing several runs here today of the featured quest. And each one of those runs will also provide me with team points as well. And the reason you want to do that is because you can get the 2020 badges not just only from the limited quest here, but also from the featured quests as well. So I'm going to start up the Menacing Castle. Actually, I need to take off my expert setting, since we're not going to find that many players that are experts in here. Which is really strange, considering this is the quickest method of getting badges. Alright, so we're at 3 of 8 currently. Now 6. Runs of this should take around 3 to 4 minutes. Let me go ahead and pop a few boosters here. Alright, here we go.
Your Majesty, code due.
We're getting stunned a lot. Alright, side paths are just about open here. There we go. Alright, all that's left here is the Missile Gasad, which is this big guy right here. There goes one of his hands. There goes the other. Let's hop up here, finish him off. Yeah, and I'm not expecting that many good weapons to actually drop here. I mean, we're gonna get some out of them, but it's not gonna be that much. And taking a look at how many we actually got. Looks like we got 10 badges from that run. It's not the fastest I've seen. And I don't need a ton more badges, actually. But I do need some. I think after this run, I'll actually pop back out into the lobby, just so I can take stock of how many of the 2020 badges I've actually got currently. I know I just made some progress towards a one of the ongoing web events currently. That's what that mail was all about. That just came through. But I don't think that counted for the ship ranking. I think that ended already. Something else that you're probably noticing is as I'm making my way up through this quest. Every now and then I do swap over to my my secondary weapon, and the reason I'm doing that is because it also serves a function as what's called a battery in this game, whereby it will help you to refill your photon points. So when my photon points start to get low, I'll switch over to that weapon quickly and use it for just a brief moment, just a single photon arc, and then I'll switch back over to my main weapon, and when I do it like that, my photon points will refill. Now, I can only do this once every few minutes or so, but it's a good way for me to keep attacking if I need to be able to do so, and it's one of the weapons I'm probably going to hang on to for some time, actually. Come on. The problem is you're limited to only 6 weapons equipped at a time. So, yeah, that can be kind of problematic at the same time. Alright. We're gonna depart this team. Alright, let me see here. Arc's mission... Yeah, so here in the collection storage, we got like a rare drop boost, a tri boost, extra tri boost, and a Tokyo bonus key. And I think that's the end of the large majority of it. Yeah, so now any further progress is going to be really hard to make here. Basically, every 2,500 points, I would either get 10 Lambda Grinders or a Tokyo bonus key. And that just keeps going up until I hit 10,000 points. I'm at 1,000 right now, and there's only, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Tokyo keys available. Which, they'll be nice for leveling up, no question about that. But my question is, when do they expire? Because we know that there is a new level cap coming in February. And I'm wondering if that is going to be a factor here. Now, granted, anything that is expired, of course, you can always hand that in 5 at a time for a new Tokyo key. So that's always nice. Alright, so let me see how many 2020 badges I've actually got right now. I am at 192. Now, as of right now, what I'm trying to get is one of the units here. I need 300 of those. Now, I'd be looking at replacing... Let's see, which one? This one's at 210 right now. This one's at 170. But it also has an all-resist, but at the same time, with the new unit, I'd be able to get an extra 180 HP. But the fact of the matter is, I'm actually trying to get this one. I'm trying to get a ARM unit. And the reason for that is I've got... I had it in my inventory earlier. Let me go ahead and grab it again. Here we go. This increased efficiency S7 ability. And what this does is it makes any mates to be 30% more effective. So, basically, my monomates and dimates would go even further than they already are in terms of their effectiveness for automate. Which, as you can imagine, that would be a really nice boost to have. And then potentially I could add this S8 as well. Now my understanding is also the light stream units will also be getting an upgrade fairly soon. There's also this rear Orgay Grudge, which I've got one of those on right now. To upgrade that, I need some more ultimate boosters, as well as gold prize medals. The gold prize medals come from the Shiva Armada quests. And I don't think I can go from silver to gold. Yeah, I can go from gold to silver, but I can't trade up. And of course, these are really expensive abilities to add on. These are all gold prize medals. These down here are just silver. Actually, I'm kind of curious what some of these do. Let me look this up real quick here. One of the sources I use all the time is the Arc's Visiphone, which is put out by the Arc Slayer team. Let's see, we want special abilities under equipment, and then S-class ability. Let's see here. Guardian Armor reduces damage taken by 7%. May or may not need that one, honestly. Heroic Howl enhances hero boost. Don't really need that. Soaring Ballet is for bouncers. Guardian's Essence. Hunter Weapon fills while guarding. But that could be useful. Except, I just have to hit something once and my gear is full. So I really don't see much point behind that. Long Night Star reduces Etoile's boost decay per second by 50%. Don't really see that as being useful. And then S7 Mind Merge. I actually don't see that on the list here. So maybe that's something that still needs to be added. Yeah, so this is Yeah, so just looking at the list here, the only other one that I might consider is Wise Skill, because I could combine that with another S ability which would go onto my weapon, which would reduce critical rate by 50%, but make critical hits 6% more effective. Yeah. So, a lot of options to reduce incoming damage and increase offensive damage. But as of right now, what I need to do is I need to get 2 units. And then, one other thing that makes my healing more effective, of course, is just simply having units that increase HP. And the best one that I have for that right now is the Rear Rappy Shine. And that... I think I've actually got that on another character currently. So I can't really show you, but that would increase my my HP up to around 2,000 or so. Because it adds 777 HP. I got some HP on the current unit that I'm wearing. But yeah, it would basically allow my mates to go even further than they are right now, but I don't see myself really wanting to use that until I start running into missions that are just doing so much damage that I'm running out of mates, and that's just not happening at this time. Let's see, recycle shop. I do want to get rid of any of these weapons that don't have more than, that don't have at least 7 abilities on them, just because what I have does not sell fast enough for it to make sense for me to hang on to anything like that. There we go. And we got some units here as well. None of them really have anything special. And honestly, most of the units I'm gonna put together, I'm probably gonna be buying most of the fodders for them anyway. Alright, was there anything else special going on that I need to be aware of here? We got this going on, of course. Client orders. I really should go ahead and hand some of these in, just so I get the Meseta and so I can reset the cooldowns on some of these client orders, especially if they happen to pop again. I'll hang on to 2 of them, just because each week we do get a reset on that. And when it resets, there's a new ARCS mission that comes out that grants you 1,000,000 Meseta for completing client orders worth 200,000 Meseta, and that's what those 2 would do. Yeah, where am I on my team points for this week?
いらっしゃいませ。
595. So yeah, I could just take care of 2 more tomorrow once those reset as well. And that would take care of that. Alright, title counter. And as you can see, I'm at about 900 titles currently. Current liberates are going to unlock at about 1,300. So I'm about 400 off of what I need. That being if I wanted to get another of those weapons. I'm not really looking to do that right now. But depending upon what the next upgrade is going to be, that's going to be kind of where this all comes to play. And here's the other thing. A lot of these can't really be done cheaply or without a ton of time being spent. So like these sword upgrades, since I have a long-standing account, I have access to a lot of these weapons. But the problem is to grind them up to plus 10 is very expensive. So I would want to avoid doing that if I could. Now doing something like this? Maybe. But we'd have to see. But at least I would get some more titles as I grind more of these up, since some of these are like 7-star weapons. I could get more titles through completing quests, but I'm still quite a ways off on this. This one, I'm not sure. I've never been able to get that one to unlock, even though the fact I've been playing this since Alpha. It's really weird that that's never unlocked for me. Now, I could get several through doing plus 50 risk. Advanced quests. And that might actually be worth it. Since I do have a lot of those available. Right, what was the one I need first? I want to say it was Forest, but let me double check that. Yeah, Forest with 50 risk. And I do want the rare drop boost on this, since this will also go towards photon boosters. Let's see here. Actually, I should just be able to get those through the interface here. Was I able to bring party members? Yes, I can. Okay. In that case, let me bring Sierra,
戦闘だって私
Lumia,
任せですよろしくお願いします
and Bluesy Requiem.
ご支援ありがとう頑張っちゃうわよ
Alright, risk up. We'll do it to 50. Let's do it. Now, part of the reason I don't have all these titles yet is the fact that a while back the interface for this was changed. It used to be that you would get just a ton of risk added after each mission. Or rather, you would risk up once after each mission. But there was no limit on how much risk you could get, up until the point that it reset every week. Eventually that was changed so it was plus 50 as the max. And I think that's when these titles finally started kicking in. But by that point, I was no longer really playing advanced quests.
Completed.
Of course, I'm taking everything out here because I want to get those photon boosters. Those photon boosters can then be turned into ultimate boosters, which I'm going to need if I'm ever going to upgrade my rear unit. But in terms of the weapons that are dropping, I'm not going to be touching those at all. These are really outdated weapons at this point. Of course, with so many Rappies around, we're getting great opportunities to get photon boosters because you get not just only one item off of them, but multiple items when you attack them after they go down. Alright, we've got a ship flying over. It's not really doing anything, though. Just need more and more help, huh, Raja?
Emergency. Code. Attack. Completed.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Emergency. Code. Due.
Those poor NPCs down there. Alright, we got a Bantha Ong. Easily taken out. Another thing here on the advanced quest is the fact that enemies do not respawn once you take them out, unlike on regular maps.
Completed.
Emergency landing. Okay, so that's going to give us a chance to get a bunch of new enemies taken out.
Emergency code protection.
Once again, the goal here is to defend the ship as much as we can so it can repair itself. Oh hey, we got a PSE burst chance here. If we can get that to pop, that would be great. There we go. Nice. So he's lifting off as the PSE burst is going.
Completed.
Alright, he's out of here. But a PSE burst effectively keeps the same thing going, where enemies keep spawning. I just wish the number of them spawning was more than this. Typically you can get more in like a bigger group. Especially if there are 12 players in an area. But in a mission like this, the number is limited to just 3 players. And so that limits the your ability to actually generate more monsters, and plus you're only going to get more monsters if you've got actual players with you, not NPCs. Still, having the Rappy Drops does help somewhat here. Alright, whenever it holds like this, that usually means there's a chance that it's going to give a one more. And there we go. One more basically extends the burst. but it's relatively unknown what actually causes that to happen, even this late into the game's life cycle. I've always felt it had something to do with if there's an enemy that's still living at the time that a PSC burst is ending, that is supposed to trigger another time extension. If that still remains living while it's sort of in that brief moment and then gets quickly killed, then that's what triggers the one more. But that's just my guess. I've never been able to prove that. Alright, that does it for that area. I'm moving on to the second area. Alright, so same thing as before. We gotta defend this guy.
Emergency. Code. Protection.
I thought this was part of a different group, but it's actually part of his group. And he's coming down again.
Change over. Code. Protection.
You're saying to the right, but there we go. Oh, back here. he'll be lifting off again pretty soon here.
Completed.
Alright, moving on to the next section here. Ah, Apprentice is coming up. I'll definitely want to hop into that. Ah, nice. That was another, order I had. There's so many of the Go Wolves popping up here. Oh, looks like that's all of them. Again? No, he's gonna give us air support. Now, by now, I've probably cleared the conditions to actually get those titles, but at the same time, I want to still collect as many Photon boosters as I can, just because those are so important towards upgrading the Novell, or rather the, not the Novell, the Ogre rear unit. I think it's 90 Photon boosters gets you one ultimate booster. And I'm definitely getting them here. Partly because of the rare drop boosters I'm using. But it's still, I'm only getting like one per every 3 to 4 enemies I take down. Oh, here's another PSE burst coming up. Possibly.
PSE burst.
There we go.
Cross burst.
Nice, cross burst. But I think this is Crossburst combined with a regular group here. Oh, that's where you're hiding. Yeah, turning on the more local minimap is definitely helping me see where I need to see the enemies here. I need my battery.
One more.
Alright, we got a one more. Yeah, so that target did stay up. I did see it had some boost potentiality there. I pop my Photon Blast. Sometimes that can help with keeping things going as well, if it sees an enemy that you can't see. This is kind of an annoying spot to be in here. Alright, he has the potential.
One more.
Yep. Got a bit of lag there. Maybe if I can force them to spawn more over here, that'll help. At least then I'm not worrying about the cliff. How are my boosters doing? Oh, they're about to go.
Burst finish.
Alright, let's see if anything good dropped here. I don't think that's going to be the case. Got some Meseta. Yeah, really the big thing that I wanted are the Photon Boosters, and those get picked up automatically. That's a big group. Raja, can you really not handle things yourself?
Emergency. Code. Attack. Completed.
Targets keep popping up here. Okay, only got a little bit left to the area. And that's good because we're gonna have that emergency quest popping up pretty soon here. Can't be spending all day here, basically. Except we got a PSE burst chance again.
PSE burst.
And there it goes. Alright, let's take this out to where we were before if we can. Might be kind of hard, though. Get me away from this tree at least, please. So the way my photon arts work is, at least for one of them, it works best on flat ground. Having to jump up like this causes issues with the effectiveness. And it's this ability right there that I can just shoot off into the distance. If I can't do that, then it becomes problematic to keep a PSE burst going. Like that, so... Oh well, like I said, don't want to be spending too much more time here anyway. Oh, we got a Falls Angel popping up. And down you go. Not again.
PSE burst.
Yeah, this dashing attack is also more effective when the ground is somewhat flat. Because it just lets me run right up to the target.
Burst finish.
Okay, at least it was a short one. And I think that's it. Yeah, nothing else is spawning. Alright, let's take these two out. That's one of them.
Emergency code due.
And there goes the other. Oh no! A parallel area popped up! Oh, we haven't seen one of these on stream yet. Parallel areas let rare monsters appear.
Code attack.
Alright, we're gonna have to join into that later then. Alright, one target left. There we go.
Completed.
I will grab these 10 stars. Actually, who am I kidding? These are old type weapons. I should be grabbing all these that are 7-star and above. It's random when a parallel area pops up. Alright. Back up to the camp ship we go. And let me go ahead and set my expert back on for matching, emergency quest, extra hard. And hopefully, we'll have a decent amount of players pop in. Although that does not seem to be happening. We may have to do this with a non-expert group. Oh, wait, we do have more coming in. It's just taking them a while. No, the number's dropping. Okay, can I maybe join another group then? Alright. Okay, that's better. 8 out of 8. Alright, here we go. So, we gotta keep this thing powered up. The way we do that is by attacking these crystals, as well as defending it against enemies. Here we go. Got more Darkers coming in. We don't want to get too far ahead of it, because otherwise we're going to have enemies attack it. Although there is one point where I will kind of separate away from the group, but that's where we kind of got various cliffs above it and below it. So far, we're actually doing pretty good on the energy. Alright, they're coming up from behind. And we're clear. I don't think I've ever phased through that like that before. Nice, we got a level cap bonus. So that'll give me 7 more Hunter Cubes. We need crystal power. Oh, we lost one of our players. That's what happened. I was wondering why the energy was getting so low. Hello, Dark Ragna. Alright, how am I doing my Dark Blasts here? I think I still need some... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop my Apprentice here now. That way I can get kills counting towards what I need for Apprentice to finish up one of its abilities that I can unlock. Alright, let's see how I did. Still need one or two good more blasts there. Wow, that's an odd spot for him to wind up. Alright, we are finishing up here. Gonna move on to the next section soon. What do I need here? I need 2 more counter steps, then I'll be able to unlock that. I'm gonna try to get those now. Hello, Apprentice! Alright, I think I got one of them, and then I just need one more. Alright, I think that was it. Let me just double check. Nope, I still need one more. I guess I'll check it once we're out. Yeah, I'll check it now. Are we good? Nah, still we need one more. Alright, do we have it now? We got it. Okay. Now I can focus on taking her out. Oh, she one-shot me there. Alright, she's going down to the ground. this is it. And she's down.
Completed.
Alrighty, let's scoop everything up. And let's get out of here. Looks like we got a 13 star in here. Just a bomber golem. Nothing really that good though. Alright, let's put this stuff away. Anything that does not have 7 or more abilities on it. Now wait, I want to hang on to those 3. And then we can get rid of a lot of these here. Okay. Alright, so the emergency quest is going to end shortly here. But we did finish that, and that did give us 2 new titles here, from when we ran the, advanced quest. Now here's the thing, Tri-Boost 50% really doesn't do anything for me right now because I've got hundreds of Tri-Boost 100% stored up. But I will take at least the X cubes. So yeah, at some point I gotta go through the rest of these. This will give me another 40 titles. Abductions are rare to happen. I don't know if I would actually go chasing those. Especially when they're so not worth it at this point in terms of content. Now, potentially, I could do these. These are extreme quests Heaven and Hell, and then the other one would actually give me a decent amount of star gems, actually. And that's always nice to have. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what these titles are for, since those are still untranslated. Yavis tickets, those are from a while ago. They don't... That's from an older event. We're not going to find any of those anymore. Ultimate Quest? If I get this up to 50, or stage 50, that'll give me 50 star gems and a title. Endless Quest. Definitely room for me to get titles in there. Episode 5, I do have several I need to go back to get some S ranks on. This is where you're going to get the large majority of your titles from, though. Completing multiple quests with NPCs, and to get half of them, you need to run 10 quests. To get the other half, you need to run 100 quests with an NPC. Now, you can do 3 NPCs at a time, which is nice. But I'm really curious how this is going to work out when it comes to the North American servers, though, because here's the problem. A lot of these characters were exclusive characters. For different events and such. And I just don't know how we're going to get some of these characters in. Of course, we got the casino here, got room to do some stuff. And then, of course, you could do some crafting as well. But crafting is so expensive for what it does that I just don't see it being worth it. In fact, I would say go for the weapons before you do this. Gathering is easy to do. And I thought there was one more category that I could work on. These candies can be done pretty easily. These here are taking down bosses multiple times. Yeah, I thought that there was a thing... Actually, here's something that everybody should be working on. Getting all this main class damage bonus. There was one that was going on for... And maybe it was this. Ultimate Quest. No, you know what it is? Huh, okay. So, these are the different classes I completed. The Ultimate Quest, doing the, area survey. But it's not listing the other classes that are available. So are those, like, hidden titles that you can get? Or... is there some other... were they removed and you can't get them anymore? But if you had the titles already, you can keep those. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make here, is that's basically what you need to do if you wanted to get yourself up to 1,300 titles, which is where the Liberate Unlocker is. Now, the way that I'm built, the only other weapon I could really use that effectively on would be to replace the Lightstream Illusion here. I don't know, it's a work in progress, that's for certain. Alright, let's toss this stuff in to the bank. Toss this in. Rest of that can be sold. Toss this in. I'm surprised this didn't end up in the material storage. Alright, let's sell some stuff. Alright, and let me grab 2 throwaway units of appropriate level. 1 and 2, that works. We'll toss these 2 back into the bank. And let me grab my Monkey King bar. And roulette. Alright, let me see which titles, or rather which NPCs I can run some quests with. Because there's actually a really quick way to get that together right now. Alright, so Clotho, Joseph... and Toro. Clotho, Joseph, and Toro.
しくね。
I wish there was like an NPC search or something like that in here. Quantho, Joseph,
君の力を見せてもらおう。
and Toro. There we go. So if all you want to do is just focus on getting your NPC titles, the easiest way to do that is going to be to start up this mission here. Take care of some of the enemies along the way. You don't have to take them all out. And just make your way to the end of the map. Wherever that may be.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
So that took basically less than a minute. And from that, we cleared a mission that will count towards that title. I'll go ahead and run this one or two more times. And yeah, some of the enemies may change along the way. That really shouldn't be a huge concern here.
Emergency. Code.
Ultimately, you're going to end up with one of these completed about every minute or so. And since I'm a hunter, I do want to make sure I'm still attacking things occasionally, just so I do get my gear up all the way.
Emergency. Code. Attack.
And that completes that mission a third time. Now, I know I've run with Toro a few times in the past. But let's see if that was enough to unlock the title. Bam, there we go. So, if you're looking to work on your NPC titles, that's going to be the quickest way to do that. Just keep running that over and over and over. Now, yes, it's going to take a while to do that. It's going to be 10 minutes or around 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how quick you are. Each time you want to work on an NPC for the first title, and then about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours for the 100 title one. And given how many NPCs there are in the game,
ありがとうございました。
it's quite the list.
待ってましたよ。
Alright, did I complete anything else? I did. I got the emergency quest one, so I'll go ahead and hand that in instead.
いつでも来てください。
Alright, and just as an example, if I did want to work on things like the daily craft, this will be a good example of how expensive that can get. So, this one here, 6 photon drops, 8 steel legs, and 12,600 Meseta. Now that's for a timed ability. Advanced Tech Weapon level 9. Silva Grimo Photon Arc Fragment 8, Tech Attack, and then 210,000 Meseta. You only get a portion of that back. This one here, 252,000 Meseta, and it also requires a Neojit. Now, we got 3 Neojits back for that, which was nice. This is a Photon Arc Customization. And we did actually unlock some achievements there. And that one's not that bad. That's like 5,000 Meseta. And that's basically it. So we got some stuff done, but at the same time, it just really didn't... We basically spent, what, like about 500,000 Meseta there to level up our crafting. And that's not to say anything of the fact that now we have to wait for the cooldowns as well. Now, if you've run the tower defense missions a lot, then you're going to have a certain item that will help with that. Do I have any of those on me? I might have actually moved them to a different character. No, here we go. The Lilliparium. Lilliparium reduces the cooldown on crafting. The minis reduce it by 15 minutes, the smalls reduce it by 30 minutes, and then the full charge reduces the cooldown of all of them. But the Lilliparium full charge, aside from certain ways that you can get them, generally that's going to be an AC item, or Arc's Cash item. So, yeah. Not exactly the best news to hear out of that, is it? So yeah, crafting, in my eye, really isn't worth it. The only thing I've ever found crafting to really be good for is for timed abilities, and then of course also item desynthesis. Customization, I mean, once you customize something once, that's gonna be it. unless you happen to get something that's really good that you can just keep selling on the market over and over and over. Extending equipment, there's like no value in that whatsoever, because if this system actually kept up with regular content, then of course I would say yes, but it doesn't. This system went about 2 or 3 years between when you could start customizing old type 13-star weapons and when new type customizations came out. It's just not worth it whatsoever. And I don't understand why people use the system, aside from doing timed customizations. But that's just, once again, another reason why some of the systems just don't make a lot of sense in this game. I mean, I get why they were put in the first place, but it's they just don't make sense currently. But anyway, we've had a full day today. We gained 3 levels back in Phantasy Star Online Blueburst. Next time I am probably going to give another try on that Episode 2 mission that stopped us last time. And as I said before, I'm going to work on that mag and just get that up to level 200 as well. That will help with that as well. And over here in Phantasy Star Online Phantasy Star Online 2 rather, we took care of all the client orders I had lined up for today. Plus we took care of a couple of emergency quests. And with that, looks like actually most people have left for the evening here. So, with that said, if you've enjoyed today's content, please do make sure to hit that follow button so that you're able to keep up with the show whenever I do go live. In addition to that, I also do have a Discord. Link to that is in the description below. Thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.